How you doing?
Have something to do with this?
With what?
Come here. Get up and come over here. I'm not playing with you. Get up and come over here.
Okay, dude.
Come here. So stand over here and talk to me. Come here. Put your hands behind your back. Put your palms together. Spread your feet.
What's... okay.
Every time there's a bomb threat, every time there's a report of an emergency, you seem to be around with your camera. Alright? Spread your feet.
Gee, I wonder why.
Okay, remember last time we went through this? So what's the problem?
Well, so you're familiar with...
I'm familiar, but at some point...
Well, I've already talked to the police station. There's not much I can possibly do when
Okay.
I've talked to detectives and everybody at the
Is
station.
it the swatting thing again?
I mean, I don't know. Is that what you're here for?
Hey, dude, this is the same thing. Hey, guys. Hey, hold for on both of these dudes. I'll tell you about it. Hold on.
I mean, there's only so much I can do to
No,
prevent
but
this.
at some point, this is getting ridiculous.
Nice.
Welcome back to another look at the always interesting IRL live streaming space.
Hey, get up, Bjorn. Get up, Bjorn. Get up, Bjorn. Oh, shit.
Bjorn, Blade, Boneclinks, and Bam continue the scuffed RV trip across America. The content has entirely relied on Bjorn and Blade's back and forth antics.
Ashley is the whole. You dude? You wanna fight? Ashley is the whole. You wanna fight? Yep. You wanna fight? You wanna fight right now? Yep. Let's go. Come on, step up. Yep. Yep. Step up, bro. Step up, bro. Sit down. Sit down. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you, Bjorn. I would never fight you, Bjorn. I love you, Bjorn. It's okay. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. We're here with Casey Swan, so everything is fine. Casey Swan is God. Casey Swan is life. Casey Swan is everything.
For an outsider, it might just seem like two belligerent drunks arguing and not much else. However, when you include the context of their individual characters, almost everything they say or do, while drunk at least, is hilarious. So you either get it or you don't. Bjorn, being the ladies' man and alpha male that he is, has a female stream sniper in every city waiting to embrace him.
I have been in contact with this girl via email, and she said that she really wants to meet me in Boston, and she wants to have my autograph and so on and so today and tomorrow is a perfect day to go to Boston, and today also. But the problem is we need a place to sleep in Boston. So, but I mean, we can just sleep in a for homeless people, you know, in a homeless shelter. No? Or in a hotel, motel.
We find something cheap, sure.
Yeah, we can find a cheap motel. That's all. Also, the viewers like that when we do that, and they donate a lot. Okay, so I think we will go to Boston because I really want to see this girl tomorrow and see how she looks like. And
Bjorn got a hotel with some ugly 47-year-old female. I tried to stop him. Wow. What? Oh, it's that woman that he's been... Oh. Wait, what?
She probably knows full well he'll tire of her and then move on, but they still let themselves be known. The Scuffed RV's content is mostly the dialogue from Bjorn and Blade when intoxicated, and they aren't doing much interacting with really anyone in the cities they visit. They hit very few landmarks or tourist attractions aside from the White House, and really make no effort to provide entertainment and content for the viewers. If they aren't drunk, they probably aren't worth watching.
Well, you got Ella fucked up, bro. What up? Thank you, Chop. Yeah.
Bjorn does have his sober moments and has a much larger capacity, in my opinion, to provide content outside of being blackout drunk, but has thus far been held back by the indoor style drinking streams of Only Use Me Blade. Bone Clinks and Bam are simply keeping the train going with the help of Dro, and ensuring that the cast has enough cigarettes and booze to provide the already stale drunk content. Ice began his EU trip with a pretty bad cast, only to once again stage a robbery, rendering him unable to do the 24-hour stream.
Did I take my laptop off this table and put it on this one? I mean, either way, either way, it doesn't matter. I know this shit's stolen because I had the cable plugged into the car to charge it, and the cable's gone, so obviously. Alright, listen, here's the update. We can't do the 24-hour cam. Someone stole all my shit in the RV. They stole my cameras, they stole 2 webcams, and they stole my laptop, and they egged the RV, and they stole Adrian's bag full of his shit, and like just wrote dog shit all over the RV. And if you think I'm lying, you could see that we were out streaming all day, and when we came back, Grimore said, "Oh, look, they wrote this," and I told her to shut the f*** up.
While the RV was conveniently parked outside of a hotel, this is the typical Ice Poseidon MO. We've seen it far too many times to count.
They have a police officer coming to us right now to give a report, but you guys all know the license. Notice this. Like, this makes a lot of noise moving this. I just don't understand.
Like, you guys must have seen it, and they were like, oh.
And then my car is not touched at all. They don't give a fuck about my goddamn car. I mean, there's like all these people. We're on a main road. Like, I just don't understand how you can steal a car, dude.
And then they're like, oh, well, that guy left to go and get more concrete or something, he said. So that's when I guess they could have gotten the car out. But like what he was saying was that like it was making a bunch of noise. I don't want the camera on there now. Sorry.
No, I get it. Trust me, I'm stressed out too.
But
they're gonna help us out.
I know.
Find the car.
But,
dude. Bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say, man. You had construction workers there. They put the blocks there to keep your car in the driveway, then stole it knowing.
It's why he was banned from livestream fail, scripting drama. Ice has been the boy who cried wolf for a long time, and the weaponized autism of the subreddit hardly had to do any work to pick apart the many flaws in this RV robbery. Then we had IP2's forensic investigators quickly determine that eggs do not break that way unless cracked intentionally. There are so many holes in Ice's declaration that they were robbed, with the most glaring of all being that they didn't file a police report whatsoever, as it seemed to be too much effort.
It's still annoying.
Did you contact the police?
Not yet, no.
You should, bro.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come back to the LC?
No, because the police, they want us to go to the police station and like file a report and like all this nonsense. Like, I'll do that, but it's just like, I know for a fact they're not going to get caught. Like, I'm not stupid.
So you get robbed in a foreign country that has CCTV almost everywhere and don't bother to report it on the off chance that the culprit is going to get caught? It doesn't quite add up. File a damn police report if there was a crime committed. Otherwise, it's safe to assume that no crime was actually committed. The popular theory for why Ice would script a robbery, aside from baiting viewers and donations, would be to cover up the lie that 6 people would sleep in an RV that sleeps 4. Ice allegedly has the laptop that they were going to use for this 24-hour RV camera stolen, thus allowing him to continue under the guise of sleeping in the RV when in fact they're all staying in the hotel that's conveniently right outside. Once again, fits in perfectly with the Ice Poseidon MO, lying about stupid stuff that doesn't need to be lied about. It's obvious they can't all sleep in that RV. Actually disclosing that to the viewers and just telling them we're going to sleep in the hotel, even for a few nights, would have been the better solution. But no, that's not the way Ice's brain works. As for the rest of the holes in this robbery story, the eggs that were used to vandalize the RV were perfectly cracked with the yolks intact. They were not thrown, as what would typically happen when someone vandalizes via eggs. For those of you that are outside of this community, egging the RV has been a meme since the first RV trip, and one could argue it wouldn't be a scuffed RV trip without a stream sniper egging them. Ice probably knows it's unlikely a sniper is going to egg the RV because his new normie audience doesn't get the meme, so he created clout in a faked robbery.
Can't stop me.
Additionally, the writing of Piss Boy on tour seems to be written by a female, of which, in my opinion, there are few female snipers who would go to this length to troll Piss Boy. And it seems far more likely that this note was written by Grimoire or Kim. And furthermore, if it was actually an IP2 user, they wouldn't have written boy with a Y, which is kind of an easily overlooked discrepancy, but a discrepancy nonetheless. The writing was not written directly onto the RV or spray painted as per typical vandalism, but instead carefully written on a piece of paper that was stuck to the side of the RV, easily removed. The part that doesn't make sense is what vandal or robber would take care to not actually deface the RV, but instead use easily removed pieces of paper. Regardless of the many holes in this robbery story, including the actual leak of the MSI laptop on Gary's stream, along with the RV being locked when they arrived.
Let's get in the car. Alright, here we go. Hopefully, this is good to go. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, we're in. We need to turn the lights on somehow.
Ice Poseidon has a very long history of faking and scripting events just like these for further relevancy.
I don't know, dude. I might be on Terminal 5. I don't know where I am. I'm just on 53A. That's my gate. And I'm not sure telling you guys that is a good idea, but what can you possibly do, right? Maybe I shouldn't enable it.
I think this is no different. Ice's futile attempts to garner a larger audience have continued unabated, with his most recent being unknowingly leaving his stream on and detailing a plan to fly out Blade and then ditch him in the middle of a random EU country.
I think he would say he wouldn't on stream and be a tough guy about it, and then he would though, behind the scenes.
I would love to just fly him out.
Is it not live?
And then we're not there, and he's stuck in Europe.
Just got him
with no money.
Why do I make him stuck?
And no money, no data.
Exactly.
Just stuck in Europe, Blade. What's he stranded in Albania or some shit?
Oh, he would be definitely.
Hey Blade, yeah, we're flying you to Italy. And he lands Albania.
Exactly.
I mean, he would know though.
No, you think he fucking pays attention to the flight? No, he'd just be like, oh, I trust him. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to where I'm flying to. Whatever. Oh man, what am I doing in Albania? Oh man, I have no data. No one's talking to me. What's going on?
You have no idea.
And if you tried any out,
why is there a fee to send you money?
This is yet another Ice Poseidon bait and attempt to generate higher viewer counts. Don't be baited, friends. Just like him leaking doing cocaine or any number of other fake leaks that he's done in the past, his new normie viewers might buy that, but us seasoned veterans know better, Mr. Danino. Despite you continuously saying that you're taking things in a new direction, despite abandoning your community that made you and thinking you can change, your true character still shows through, and it all boils down to what Ed from Chowderhead said. The boy is no good. Ice's only saving grace was that he established a large community of supporters. The rest of the streaming world long ago exiled him, and no one outside of his own little world actually respects him as a streamer.
But he doesn't have any control over it, right?
Correct.
And so it's all just
Yep.
It's X mods and stuff. That's hilarious.
So, I mean, look, the three examples you had, Ice Poseidon, Darkside Phil, and Wings of Redemption. Look at these three and tell yourself, I wonder why these three people have these such insane fan bases.
I mean, these guys are definitely but the people that I'm sorry, if you spend all of your time,
you don't even have the fucking fan base, and you would have any people on this call have it. Not even me.
Sure, I have some dedicated ones, but they're not this organized.
Oh, I have those. Yeah.
He can't assimilate into normie streaming because they don't want him.
Talk though.
I'm listening.
I feel like Ice moving here, it makes it hard for why would he move here? He could roam around LA and really not with anyone, but here there's so many Twitch streamers that I feel like he's gonna have a hard time.
I don't know. I hear the rumor of him trying to get unbanned on Twitch.
Yeah, I just feel like him being here, it's it sucks because he can't be really a part of the Twitch shit. So
right.
What the is he gonna do?
He's lied and exploited his once loyal audience into hating him.
I do apologize for not telling you guys about Caroline. Like, you have.
Why is there no more?
There's
to
a
say?
reason
You
why.
lied to thousands of people.
You're right. I did lie to thousands of people. But there's good reason, I feel. But even if there wasn't, it's fine. Like, I apologize. Okay, I shouldn't have lied to people. I just didn't want a shitstorm to happen. So if I told you that I was still seeing her in some sort of like open relationship type thing, it would be, you know, just a shitstorm. I was just trying to avoid that. And also, if I told you about her, she would try everything that she can to come onto my stream. I don't think I could stop lying about certain stuff, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't try to lie, but it's just hard not to, I guess, about stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't try. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be like an asshole if I lie. It's just, I don't know, dude. I guess I'm just used to it. It's just something I've been, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's just a bad habit, I guess. I mean, breaking the habit's kind of hard, but, you know.
And whether he admits it or not, his viewership is still mostly IP2, and not in a supportive way like IP1 is. More in a lurking and watching the fantastic fire come crashing down. Ultimately, time will tell how it all plays out, but really it's not looking good for Ice. I have a lot of old storylines that we can revisit for content. We can discuss the niche that was or is IRL live streaming. Ice at one point changed the game of IRL live streaming for the better, and now that very game is changing him for the worse. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And Ice Poseidon has made his own bed. Now he must sleep in it. Outside of these scuffed RV trips, Burger Planet has been trying to stream.
Hey guys! Hey guys! Oh my god, you donated! Oh yeah! Yes! Oh my god! Thank you, loves. Thank you. Oh my. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my god, thank you so much, darling. Oh my god.
And has also been getting a fair amount of support on IP2, mostly in threads though, and not in actual viewer counts, as people are now beginning to realize the comedy gold that was peak Burger Planet.
These guys knock these fools out.
Help me! Help me!
Kiara Kitty is also doing a tour of the US and has provided some good moments. I've only seen clips on various Reddits and on livestream fails, but she's been consistently having over 1,000 viewers. Hampton Brandon has been somewhat consistently streaming, but we'll have to wait and see if that continues. I plan on increasing the frequency of videos that I'm releasing, trying to stay up to date and release videos shortly after the events happen. And as I've said many times before, there's tons of old storylines and old narratives that are worth discussing. The IRL live streaming space is still very much alive and well. It's just been forced to evolve somewhat. We are in a bit of a drought right now, aside from the RV trips which have really saved this past summer, but we don't have a diverse cast of characters like we once did. That also might change, so stay tuned.